What's up, y'all? We watch Palm Springs.
Yeah, Palm Springs. Written by Andy Siama, directed by Max Barbacow, starring Andy Samberg and Kristen Milioti.
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 Lil Yachty. Lil Boat.
Starring as two sort of world weary, cynical people who essentially get Groundhog's Day at a wedding in Palm Springs.
Yeah, that's essentially...
Yeah, that's essentially the plot.
Yeah, just, hilarity ensues.
Yeah, rom-com happens after that.
But yeah, I had never heard of Mr. Barbacow or Andy Siama, so I guess this is their big...
feature-length debut. I know it got bought by Hulu, I think for $17,500,000.69. So nice.
Yeah, so Andy Samberg plays a character named Niles. Niles is goofball, but not classic Andy Samberg goofball, but reserved, sad, depressed Samberg. If you got that Lonely Island one that from Jizz in My Pants and Dick in My Box, not the same guy, but same guy, but make that guy
just older.
Yeah,
just older.
And I don't know. I haven't seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine because we do not support the police and their the America's constant propaganda to make us think that the police are not a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
Fuck 12.
You know the fucking vibes.
So I don't know how Andy Samberg's character is in that, but from what I've heard, he's kind of, less reserved, less weird, less wacky, but still wacky in a cop way.
Yeah. He's your favorite whimsical cop, whimsical terrorist.
Yeah, he's probably making funny jokes while he's beating up black people.
Yeah, he's just being self-aware.
Aided by the Black Lives Better character Terry Crews.
Yeah, just making self-aware jokes while planting drugs on people.
Turning off his body camera. Ha ha.
Guess no one's gonna see this episode.
I have no smoke for Andy Samberg. I do have smoke for the
show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's very much sort of like a 2020 depressed interpretation of that 2010 internet comedy that he kind of blew up on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you can imagine that being stuck in a time loop would probably make you depressed and
so
sad.
It's understandable for sure.
Yeah, and that's why he got the cool alcoholism pass,
Oh yeah,
because
in the cool nihilist pass.
Yeah, you're all right, bro, I get it, I feel you.
I get it, man. Yeah, but nothing means anything. Crack open a beer, shrug,
all you do is drink all day and dance at this wedding that you've been to probably millions of times.
Exactly.
But yeah, even though it might sound like we didn't like him, we just don't like cops, and it kind of kind of trickled in,
trickled down. Yeah, and then Kristen Milioti plays the romantic interest, or the sort of a second main character, or the primary supporting role. Sarah, she's like the black sheep of the family type deal. I think one of her first lines is at a bar where she's saying, "Oh my God, I'm gonna need more wine than this," or whatever. So
and
you kind of
promiscuous.
Yeah, she's promiscuous. Yeah, she's promiscuous and an alcoholic, but both in the very accepted by the mainstream way.
Yeah.
You kind of know exactly what you're getting with the character, or at least at first, because there are plenty of tropes of the hot girl who eats pizza and drinks beer, but is still hot or whatever.
She reminds me of Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Post Hunger Games, where it was just she was trying to be relatable all the time, and it
big,
was bro,
I'm just a normal person.
It's all right, bro. Nobody thought you were, but sorry.
You know how it is, just your typical charismatic, spicy white character. But yeah.
She doesn't even look spicy white. She just looks white.
Yeah, but she acts spicy white.
What does that mean?
I don't know, like dry humor.
That's reserved for only spicy white people?
Nah, that's not. No, but like I feel like Anna Kendrick is like Italian, right? And like I feel like they always get like the brunette.
She's
character.
not spicy white though. Anna Kendrick's just
this
white.
Is true. This is true.
She is just white.
She. I'm just saying, like.
Also,
the trope of the brunette character who drinks a lot and is like has the banter to hang out with the boys.
Also, since you brought it up, it gives me leeway to say it. Fuck Anna Kendrick.
I don't have any smoke for Anna Kendrick, but
I just hate she's just so annoying. That's why I had to say it. But I don't actually like feel that strongly about.
That's
Anna
kind
Kendrick.
of her brand, though.
I mean, that's not a good brand to have. That's Chance the Rapper's brand. Look at where it got him.
Well, I mean, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. Just dude. Oh my god. But yeah, so Miliotti's character, is a little annoying. But then again, like Niall's character is also a little annoying.
But that's what you get when you get the depressive,
Groundhog's Day, especially if it's like a rom-com.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get tropes when you watch a rom-com. That's kind of just like a given.
But even though they're annoying, they're still likable.
Yeah,
like it's not like oh man, this is unbearable to watch. It's more just like, bro, man, like all right, we get it. Y'all stuck in there.
And it's interesting because both Sandberg's character and Miliotti's character are both tropes, and then the plotline has also been done like a lot of times, right? Like the repeating a single day thing, but somehow it didn't feel tired at least.
Yeah. So I think that for the most part, every decade, kind of give or take, has had their own Groundhog's Day type film, but I think that this one felt fresh. Because I mean, contextually, there is a part of it of all right, dropping at this time and every day repeating itself is very much like a big, of the times every day you wake up, it feels like it's the same day because, you're stuck
doing
inside.
The same thing, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's part of the reason why it resonated a little bit more now.
And I definitely think that, something that I enjoyed with this interpretation of the whole time loop plot arc is that I haven't seen another film that, just simply makes two people go through the loop instead of just one person. I'm sure it's been done before, but I haven't seen it. And I found it such a simple just flip of just having both people who are in the relationship go through the time loop was enough for me to feel like it was fresh and new to a degree. Yeah. And I also liked it because I feel like with movies like Groundhog's Day, I don't know, it always feels kind of icky. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It feels like the female lead is just kind of a plot device for the main character.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that. I agree with that. I think
because, in the time loops, their memory gets reset, so they're the exact same person every single iteration.
Yeah, and it doesn't allow the female lead to get any real development.
Exactly, and it's just sort of a means to help Bill Murray or whoever
Sandler.
Whoever escape their predicament.
Yeah,
and I always feel like that was So it's cool to see that with Miliotti being part of the time loop, you do get to see both characters grow, and I think that having that dynamic between, as we mentioned earlier, Sandberg's character having been stuck in the time loop far before the start of the movie, and then seeing the bewildered sort of reaction of Miliotti's character. I feel like their dynamic is very strong in this movie. I think it's part of the reason why it's so entertaining.
Yeah, I will say that. It really is so simple. It just sounds like something you would just say in a production movie, meeting, all right, let's do Groundhog's Day, but both of them in the time loop. Yeah. It's just and then it's just oh, well.
Oh, yeah, wow.
It does work,
it does work. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I do think that when it comes to putting both of them in there, it helps significantly with the chemistry between the characters.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see like Sandberg and Milioti play off each other a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think about like their dynamic?
I think it was pretty good. There's a couple scenes where it's a little bit, like a little
A little too
rough.
scripted, a little bit.
A little too like overwritten or whatnot.
But like once again, it is a rom-com, so like
I'm
having an overwritten script is, I guess, unfortunately, I guess kind of par for the course.
Back to their chemistry, I think they at the very least are believable.
Yeah.
And when it comes to rom-coms, and I think just in general with movie romances that are not romance films, just pure romance films, they just have they kind of just have to be believable.
Yeah.
At the very least. And I think they are. I would probably say that they lean on the side of like pretty good chemistry.
Definitely, no, I definitely say so. They play off each other's energy very well.
Yeah, and like the one of the scenes that I really liked was, it's in the trailer too, is like when Milioti first figures out that the day repeats, and she like starts chucking cans of beer at him in the pool. Like it was pretty funny, and also just like it was like.
I think that the movie was fun, and you could tell that like I think both of them were having a lot of fun doing.
You could tell like that it was like. Or that sounds like something that you only do with someone that you like kind of have like a little bit of trust in, and it did bring the best out of the two of them.
Exactly. So what do you think of the movie overall?
Well, I will say that I really did enjoy it. I think that like when you think about rom-coms and like the fact that they are very stereotypical, they kind of like have like a set out formula.
Yeah.
I think this one does a good job of like deviating from it when it needs to, and like sticking to it when it needs to. I will say that like having a time loop allows a lot of things to be streamlined with the plot, so it just makes a lot of things easier. Development can be kind of skipped over because you just assume, all right, they've been here for a lot of days, so
and this one doesn't really like. I feel like this movie, unlike a lot of other like movies that follow like the whole time loop formula, doesn't really concern itself a lot with the time loop as a whole. And I think that's part of the reason why I liked it a lot more than like the other interpretations of this plot line. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that like it's there and it's important, but it's
really just like a vehicle for like the rom-com part of like them like getting to know each other and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I thought like it, doing time travel stuff in movies like rarely works, and I think it definitely benefited this movie to like not even really try to do this like realistic, like very cohesive plot line with like no time gaps or whatever.
Yeah, and also like it didn't explain why and all that stuff. Because I think all that.
They had like the whole cave thing. Was that a spoiler?
It's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer, but that doesn't really even like
he's not. Yeah, there's no real explanation to it, and I like that because I don't know, like any explanation is not gonna make any sense.
Yes, exactly.
So,
so by troubling yourself with it, you're dampening the movie.
Exactly.
And I do think that this movie did very well for Hulu, like their best movie ever, right? Like
I think like this is the highest viewed opening weekend in Hulu history, which is like just surprising.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. I do think that it benefits from the fact that like there hasn't been many movies to drop in general, and two, just it kind of does work for the times.
Yeah.
As we were saying earlier,
a lot of themes like very much match like the zeitgeist of
2020.
Yeah, to sound pretentious there.
But if things were kind of regular, I don't think it would have done as well. I do think it would be a movie that I still think people would have enjoyed it as much as they do, because I do think it is an enjoyable watch. It's good to see Sandberg in something that is like, just a different tone than he usually takes.
But it's still very Sandberg. Like, it's cool to see that like,
It's just nice to see that like at this stage in media, you're able to, stay true to what got you your success, but also like have a very, like, you're not just redoing it. He didn't
Not just like a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely just say that, like, this is a fun movie. You know, it's a rom-com, so like have the proper expectations going in. And if you do, I think you're going to have a good time. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below what you thought of Palm Springs.
Yeah, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Rush Hour Pod.
Yeah, and check out our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts.
Also, listen to Werb Radio Volume 3 on Apple Music and Spotify. The links to all of those things will be down in the description below.